Councillor Deach, please.
Thank you, Chairman, and hello, Nicola. Good to see you.
See.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask you something to do with planning, actually, because I think most councillors will agree with me that when talking to residents about development in the local area, one of the main things that come up time and time again from residents is infrastructure and lack of it. And healthcare provision falls within that, to my mind. Another comment that I get is around the fact that waiting times at GP surgeries are longer. It takes longer for residents to get appointments. And by the way, this is not meant to be a criticism. I'm an ex-healthcare professional for the NHS. I'm fully aware of the pressures that you guys are under. I used to work in a diabetes clinic, and I know exactly how busy those places get. So please don't take this as a criticism. But what I'm keen to understand is because like I say, the residents will say, oh, well, the GP waiting times get longer, you can sit in A&E for practically a whole day and all that type of thing. I'm talking pre-COVID, by the way. You know, when there's a big development going in, so we'll take Deepcut as an example, or one of the smaller ones, what's the Water's Edge in Mitchett. Are you consulted? Do you read the letter that you might get from the council as a statutory consultee, and do you respond to those consultations to give your views in terms, and do you seek sums, commuted sums from the developers to assist with lessening the impact on the medical infrastructure? Thank you.
So a few things on that. I think one of the benefits of the Borough Council and the CCG potentially working more closely together is in this area. So your planning department are really good about sending us information about when plans are coming through that we need to be cited on. So that's great. But I don't think we are as good as we could do about accessing resources for developers for infrastructure to support health. That doesn't, as you know, always have to be a new building or a new surgery. It can be resources that support existing services to cope with demand. But I don't think we're maximising that opportunity, and that is probably something that we could work on better together. In terms of waiting times, it's interesting that during COVID, the feedback generally about waiting times has been more positive. And actually, in general, and there are some people for who this doesn't work, the move to online consultations, telephone consultations, texting has reduced the waiting times for a number of people. So what we're trying to do as part of recovery is to make sure that we embed those things, which will leave more time and better access for those people that need face-to-face appointments. Just to say, we've had a recent survey done nationally around waiting times for GP outpatients appointments, and the Surrey Heath waiting time feedback from patients is still significantly better than the national average. So that doesn't mean that people's perception of wait isn't accurate. But I am optimistic that COVID has given opportunity to have a different dialogue with patients about how to access their services, and that will in turn improve waiting times and access.
I would agree with that last comment. Obviously, COVID has presented a lot of opportunities, I think, in terms of people's, I suppose, culture changes, people's perceptions of services, culture change and mindset change. But could I just come back on the comment you made that you think you could do better in terms of drawing upon perhaps developer contributions to improve? Could I urge you actually to jump on some of the opportunities that may be presented via development and make sure that our residents, because I think healthcare and crime are two of the biggest things that people talk to me about anyway. I want to make sure that you get all the resources that you need. So please work with our officers to find out what funding is available through developer contributions. Thank you.
Will do, Councillor Deitch. Thank you.